Hi, today we're going to talk about multiplying a whole number times a fraction. Before we do that though, let's look back at multiplication. For example here, we have 3 times 4 equals 12. I have 3 groups of 4, and that would give me 12. We're going to be looking at repeated addition today. So 3 times 4 equals 12. Another way to say that using repeated addition is 4 plus 4 plus 4. Or 3 groups of 4, which would be 12. Let's look at another problem. This problem is 3 times 1/4. We can think of 3 times 1/4 as 3 1/4, or 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. Written out like 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4, and that would give us 3/4. So 3 times 1/4 is 3/4. Okay, let's move on to our next problem. Our next problem is 4 times 2/5. That would mean that there are 4 groups of 2/5, or 4 2/5. So if we look at our pictures here, we have 2/5 plus 2/5 plus 2/5 plus 2/5, and that would give us 8/5. If we look at it numerically, 2/5 plus 2/5 plus 2/5 plus 2/5, which equals 8/5. If we were to combine those and add up all those fifths together, we get 8/5, which looks like this. If we make that a mixed number, that would be 1 3/5. This is another example of using repeated addition to solve a whole number times a fraction. This problem looks a little different than the last two we've done, but let's think about this for a minute. This says 1/4 times 5 equals. Now I know that multiplication is a communicative property, so we can change the order of these numbers, and this would be the same as saying 5 times 1/4. So we could do this the same as the last two problems. So using repeated addition, that would be 1/4, I can see in my picture in my number, plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. That would give us 5/4, and 5/4 is equal to 1 1/4. So remember, when you're multiplying a fraction or a whole number times a fraction, remember to use the strategy of using repeated addition to solve the question.